Welcome to the Toastmasters experience. My name is Evelyn. Get inspired by today's Toastmasters insights. Enjoy the show. And welcome to another episode of the Toastmasters experience. I'm very excited today. In the studio, I have a good friend of mine, Kat, who has been a member of Toastmasters, but now is not. But however, that doesn't matter because we are here to find out the different insights and what she can share, what she learned from Toastmasters. So I'd like to welcome Kat to the show today. Welcome, Kat.
Hey, thanks, Evelyn. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, it's so good to have you. Now, what motivated you to join Toastmasters when you did those many years ago?
Okay, so it was for work. I am a mortgage broker. And although I had a lot of information in my head, I found that I was struggling to get the information out in a coherent way to my clients. And I was losing potential loans because people were thinking, oh, she doesn't really know what she's talking about, because I just couldn't get the words out.
Oh,
smoothly.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So I know you joined Blue Mountains Toastmasters, and how long ago was that, and how long were you a member for?
So I think I joined in around 2011. I seem to remember my son was 2 at that time, and left at the end of, or just before COVID hit in 2020.
Okay. And did you, when you stopped Toastmasters, did you think you'd had enough? You'd had enough of it? Okay.
No, I just wasn't keen on the pathways thing. I really, really liked the way it was done before.
Yeah.
And I was trying not to be an old woman and going, oh, I don't like this computer stuff. I was trying to get into it, but I just couldn't.
Yeah. Oh no, that's fine. That's fair enough. Now I know you. I mean, you were a member for almost 10 years, so you did get a lot out of it. And so, what sort of executive roles did you do while you were with Toastmasters?
I do seem to remember I was a treasurer at some point. Oh, was I? Actually, no, I didn't. I kept being asked to be a treasurer because I do numbers for work.
Yeah.
But I avoided that. But I did seem to do membership stuff. Might have been a secretary at one point.
Yeah. I kind of remember that as well.
Yeah.
So you joined for work. Did it actually help?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I tell all brokers, all new brokers, if they say, oh, I don't really know, what to say when I get in front of clients, I say, you know what, you should go to Toastmasters because that works really well. And I've heard other brokers say that to young up-and-coming brokers as well.
Did you remember your first speaking? I was going to say blunder, but I'm not going to say your first speaking, the first time you ever spoke at Toastmasters? Usually people remember that.
Yeah, so I went there as a visitor and they asked, would you be okay to do a table topic?
Okay.
And I, meekly said, yeah, okay. But was kind of hoping, no.
And how did that go?
Well, John Fox called me up with a topic. And I thought, this is a good topic. I've got answers for this.
Oh, good.
But my answer fizzled out in about 30 seconds flat, and my brain got freaked out. And I just stood there like a deer in headlights.
Okay.
So I quickly shuffled back to my chair and I shook the rest of the meeting. I could not stop shaking.
Wow. So what was it that kept you going then? Like, was it your job that kept you going with Toastmasters?
I think so, because I've often wondered, why did I keep going back? But I wanted to improve my communications, so it had to happen.
It had to happen. So being in Toastmasters for that period of time, what surprised you about being a member?
I actually really enjoyed it. I guess, obviously once you pass the fear stage and you can actually get up and do a few table topics without shaking in your boots. I learnt a lot. I learnt a massive amount. And it was fun. I love listening to other people's speeches. I love the table topic responses. And then there was competitions, which I did a few of the local competitions, which was good fun.
Oh, good. And which competitions did you do?
The area one. I think I did that twice.
And was it evaluation or table topics?
I did a table topics once and a speech once.
Was there a favorite speech topic that you like to speak about?
No. No, it was actually hard to come up with the speeches. And I did do a few on the history of this local area just because I was kind of interested in myself. So it gave me a reason like, oh, well, I'll Google this and find out about that so as I can do a speech on it.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah. No, I mean, speech topics, everyone seems to have difficulty figuring out what they're going to talk about. But it's always good to speak about something that you want to learn about as well. So we know you joined because of your job.
Yeah.
But what was the most challenging aspect for public speaking for you?
Oh, well, fear. I was very afraid. But what was interesting, like initially I was very afraid and I shook pretty much every time I went back to sit down for about a year probably. But at some point something clicked in my brain and it's like, yeah, okay, I think I've got this now. And then I could have fun with it.
Oh, good. Because I remember there were some table topics that you delivered when you were in Blue Mountains, and they were just beautifully developed. And they were developed as you were standing there. Yeah. Like for me, when I'm given a question, if I don't know the answer, I just don't know what to say. So what is your strategy, do you think, for table topics?
I don't know. I think I've got a bit of a weird quirky humour. So a lot of the times I just went for a humorous response.
Yeah.
Because I just try to look at things at a lateral way and think, how can I give a different kind of response?
With table topics, like I feel like I have to answer the question, but you obviously didn't, because I remember that about you. You would come out with this off the wall, like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? So I guess that's a different way of looking at table topics. So you were able to do it that way. So you've joined for your job, as you've said. But what do you think are the common public speaking sort of mistakes that the brokers that you work with needed to learn?
Just to be flowing in your answers, being a little bit more precise in how you answer things rather than get distracted, to be a little bit more structured in your meeting, looking more confident, because you can talk to people. And I start to talk to everyone now. My kids keep saying, Mom, can you stop talking to everybody you see?
Wow.
Because I'm just so confident now.
Okay. And so you didn't have the confidence before that?
No.
So I wonder what that was that kicked in. So you said after a year. Can you pinpoint what happened after a year?
No. Okay. I was just suddenly, there was a thing that Noni ran.
Uh-huh.
And she wanted to do a marketing thing for Toastmasters. So she asked me to come and say why I joined Toastmasters. And I got up in front of all these strangers and spoke without a problem.
Wow.
And didn't even shake afterwards. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness.
Okay. So I think that's important for people to hear, because a lot of people join for different reasons. And obviously you joined because you were terrified. But after a year of just continuously going, because you did go all the time, it just kicked in and you felt more confident.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What is something that you enjoyed the most from being in Toastmasters?
Well, apart from growing in confidence myself, I just loved the speeches that other people were making. And I loved watching other beginners come in and develop to confident speakers. I just loved that. It was a really positive vibe, and it was really great. Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea that you were that nervous. I mean, you do sort of know people are going through their own thing. And a good thing about nerves is you don't really see it. You know, people automatically think, oh, they can see my face going red. They can feel my heartbeat, but we really don't. We don't see that.
I did wonder if people could see me shaking.
Okay. No, we couldn't see you shaking. So obviously you're not doing Toastmasters now, which is fine. It's not you have to come back, because some people join for that short period of time. They get what they've gotten and then they move on. Is there any sort of self-development thing that you do now?
I'm always trying to improve myself. in every way. I'm actually doing a lot of sport at the moment.
Okay.
Which I'm probably too old to be doing, but I'm still doing it. So I'm developing my physical ability, I guess. But I still try to learn stuff every day.
Yeah.
Not just work things.
Yeah. So how are you taking your Toastmasters skills that you learned years ago? How are you taking that forward?
Well, if someone asked me to do something like join a podcast,
Okay.
I'd go, yeah, okay, sure, I can do that.
Yeah.
Where before it would be like, no, thank you.
Yeah. So it does really help. Now I know your husband joined as well for a short period of time. Did he get as much out of it as well?
He did enjoy it for a while. He does. He actually speaks pretty well to people because he's in the hospitality industry, so he has to talk to people all the time. But he was doing history tours around the hotel where he works. So he just wanted to improve his ability to string together reasonable sentences rather than just the short, quick chats with customers. So he got what he went there for. So
Yeah. And how long was he a member?
I don't know, maybe 2 years. I'm not sure.
2 years. Yeah. So we all join for different reasons, and so when you look at your Toastmasters experience, what do you think is the best thing, overall thing? I mean, you've spoken a little bit about the self-development. What is the best thing that you feel you've learned from this experience?
Definitely being able to speak. Speak easily, be confident in talking to people. Because I was shy as a kid, and my parents were both shy, so I was, doomed to be shy.
Okay.
But Toastmasters stopped me from being shy.
Yeah,
so it's good.
And it's really helped your job as well, like you were
job,
saying.
And even going to social events, I'm more chatty with people, where before I'd sort of, go to a corner and hide and hope nobody can see me.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I never realized that. So as someone who's introverted naturally, you found this public speaking group really helped you in other aspects of your life.
Absolutely. Yeah. It wasn't just for work. It really opened a whole new world for me.
What does communication mean to you then overall?
Well, communication is a tricky thing because what you say, other people might not hear. They will hear it from their viewpoint. So I find it fascinating, actually, how you can communicate something to someone and they will get a different aspect to what you've said. And you're like, oh, okay, no, that's not what I meant. Yeah. So I do try to communicate completely. Like I might say, can you go over to the door, open the door, and then see if someone is there, and if not, then close the door and come back. So it's a complete instruction.
Yeah. I think kids help you to communicate that way too. But it sounds like Toastmasters has helped you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what advice would you give someone who is considering joining Toastmasters?
I would say definitely go and have a try, and try and commit to at least 5 meetings, because it might be scary and you might think, oh, I'm never going back there after the first meeting. But keep going, and, eventually you will improve and it'll be worthwhile.
So how do you stay motivated to continue improving your public speaking skills now that you're not in Toastmasters?
Well, every day I have to talk to someone.
Yep.
Whether it's even on the phone or even typing out an email, I try to think, let's write this in a way that they will completely understand it. So every day you have to concentrate on communication, and having done Toastmasters, I think it helps massively.
Yeah. Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much. Short and sweet. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your company. Please tune in next time to the Toastmasters Experience.